Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy and I am so happy that you've joined me here this week. This is your weekly reading for October 13th to the 19th. So first of all, I want to welcome everyone. Whether you're new or returning, I want to thank you so much for being here. Now, I want to just quickly share with you how I work with Spirit. Now, I will shuffle the cards until they naturally fall out. This is Spirit's way of guiding the messages that will be meant for you this week. Now, not every detail, not every message is going to resonate with everyone, but I want you to follow your intuition. If it feels right, then this is for you. And if it doesn't, I want you to let it go. Now, if you are enjoying the readings, I would really love it and appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, share, leave comments. Not only does it help me to connect with your energy, but it is also an important part of keeping those messages flowing as well. All right, we're going to start with your angel message. We're going to find out what that is, but we're going to reveal it at the end of the reading. It's not just a message, it's a number. So it'll be something that you may find repeats itself throughout the week. It will be, of course, the angels kind of nudging you and asking you to really pay attention. So we will reveal that later. We are going to start with an angel message though, because before we get into the heart of the reading, before we get into those multiple messages and find out what's really truly going on, the angels have a specific message just for you. So let's find out what that is. Spirit, angels, guides. The message you'd like to share with the beautiful sign Sagittarius. A special angel message just for Sagittarius. And here we go. You got the Priestess. All right, these are beautiful angel messages, okay? So they're a little bit deeper, all right? For you, you're very spiritual, so I think you're also the seeker of knowledge for sure. So I think that you will certainly relate to these. But the Priestess, this is you. This is who you are. It says, how are you being called to step up and lead? You are being asked. You know, you're spiritual, you're being divinely guided in a way. And what they're asking you now is they're saying they don't want you to stay in the shadows. They don't want you to work behind the scenes anymore. How are you being called to step up and lead? There is something that is calling out to you. And it could be a question that you've been asking yourself, you want to know what your purpose is. Well, I think that this might be the week where you really do figure out how to take control of your life and where you need to put yourself out there, because there is certainly something that is of great importance that the angels want you to share. You have a gift that you need to share. All right, let's now get into your major arcana. So what I've done is I've taken the 22 major arcana cards out of a regular 78 tarot deck. I want to see what the main energy is, the main information, what it is that the angels want Sagittarius to know for the week. And then we'll see how that ties into everything else that's happening as well. So Spirit, angels, guides, this is the main understanding of what you want them to know for the week. And you got number 18, the moon. Okay, that's our fears, our insecurities. It's also a direct link to the supermoon in Aries that happened on the 6th, which was just a week ago. So there's still a lot of that heavy presence in the air. A lot of things are changing. You know, I think that you could be, for some of you, the fear of stepping up and leading. You know, is there that fear? Being put in a position where, you are in that leadership role. Sometimes those are our fears and insecurities. But they want you to do it. They're encouraging you to find out what that is, because you're not doing yourself or anybody else justice by staying in the sidelines. It's time for you to be out there. It's time for you to be seen. It's time for you to be recognized. And whatever fears and insecurities you have could be because you just don't have the clarity. And I believe that the moon is coming in for a reason, because they want you to see things. Maybe you need to see things differently. Let's see what other cards come up. Let's see how the universe, how your spirit, how your divine spirit is working in conjunction with your energies to bring clarity to some sort of a situation. All right, so that you can step up and lead. All right, let's look at your incoming energies here. Let's find out what those incoming energies are for the beautiful sign Sagittarius. 1 there and 2. Bottom of the deck. Oh, you're blessed. You are blessed. Absolutely. There's a reason why you are being called to lead. It's because you have the gift to be able to not only receive blessings, but you have the ability to give them too. Let's see. Wow. All right. First of all, you got number 7, to the sea, and you got number 8. So look how that is working in conjunction. We've got 7 and then 8. Things are moving in sequence. We've got to the sea, which is going with the flow of energy. And there is a flow of energy that is circulating around you, and they don't want you to fight this. Okay, they don't want you to fight the ebb and flow that's happening here. They need you to be flexible with it. There could be some reflection periods going on this week as well. When we go to the sea, it's because we are reflecting upon something. We're taking something to a new level, which means we need to really give it some thought. 7s for me are all about, not only are they about luck, because 777 is a very lucky number, but it is also about a spiritual awakening. It is about your wisdom, your introspection, seeing the truth, inner growth, reflection, review, assess. All right, there's a lot going on. This is a deep week for you to sit, kind of maybe take a little step back and think, okay, wait a minute. Okay, how am I being called to step up and lead? What is it that I need to do? Maybe you're ready. Maybe you're going to fight those fears and insecurities. The insight and clarity that you're looking for will all be revealed from your own inner knowing. And really, the benefit of all this is how it benefits your community. Again, this community is coming up for a reason, because it's not just about the supportive energies and people that are in your life here on the earthly plane and in the spiritual realm. This is the community that I think that you've been given a gift, and that you need to figure out how you can share this with your community. You've got a lot of support this week. There's a lot of supportive energies around you. You're blessed with so much here. All right. And I really truly believe that those blessings come through your own positive intentions, the things that you manifest. So make sure that you keep manifesting and staying as positive as you possibly can. We're going to get your tarot cards now. So we're going to get 3 rows, and we're going to get 6 cards in total. I'm going to start with the first 2. So that's the beginning of the week, middle of the week, end of week, just to make things easy, but follow your own path and your own intuition when these messages come out. So let's start with the first 2 cards. We're going to clarify each one as well, all right, so we can get a better understanding as to what's going on. Thank you. So we'll start with these 2. And you've got the King of Fire. That is you, all right? You got the King of Fire, and you got number 6, Love, which in this deck is the Lover's card. So it could be to do with partnerships. It could be to do with love. It could be spiritual love. It could be love here, love of someone else, whether it's love of platonic relationships, family relationships, friendships, partnerships in work. And it could be love. Absolutely. I feel like your heart here is really beaming. There's a really beautiful presence of love here. You're the love of what you're doing. Choices and decisions, you've got the sun kind of wrapped around your head here. And kings are all leaders as well. So it makes sense that how are you being called to step up and lead? And then we start the reading off with the King of Fire, right? Kings are leaders. This is you being called to lead. You have the choices and the decisions to make now. How are you going to go about doing it? All right. Do it with love. All right. Make sure that love is a part of the choices and decisions that you're making as well. All right. Let's get for the King of Fire. Look at also too, this is like a sage or a wise, the wisdom that is within this King of Fire. There is a lot of wisdom to be shared. Let's find out. Spirit angels, guides, the King of Fire. Thank you. Got the 8, the Strength card, Leo energy. Well, you have the strength to do this. She's even holding a heart. Like, hearts are huge. I feel like, okay, so this is the symbolism that's coming through. This is the message that's coming through. Spirit wants you to be aware of this week, because this will be messages and this will be a synchronicity. And it is a heart locket. It's not just a heart of any sort. It's a heart locket. Whether it's red, whether it's gold, it doesn't matter what color it is. It is a locket. It could even be a heart locket that opens. So again, Be mindful of that. It could be something to do with your family history, but it is certainly something that is in the shape of a heart, and I do believe that it opens because you're opening your heart to opportunities, to limitless and endless opportunities, to infinity signs. The 8 is the infinity sign. There is something definitely calling out to you this week, and you have the strength, you have the courage, you have the capability to whatever insecurities you may have or the uncertainty that you have around something. I believe that the answers that you are seeking are within. And I believe that this heart locket holds some sort of understanding, wisdom, truth, or a message. So please keep that in mind. Now let's look at the love here. The love for your own courage. Like, look at this. When I look at this, I see finding a new way to love yourself. When you look in the mirror, you need to see that, because that love that you feel for yourself, once you accept it, you will be able to share and spread that to so many people. And it really just shows how much courage you have. All right. Let's get for number 6, the lovers. You got the 2 of Pentacles. You feel like you're juggling a lot of things. Absolutely, because there's so many opportunities that are opening up for you. And with the 2 of Pentacles, you know, it's you know, you work very hard, but it's also important for you to you know, continue on the path of working hard, but you also have to bring some joy and excitement and love into your life as well. You can't always just be focusing on one thing. You got to balance your energies out. Now, the 2 of Pentacles can feel like you're on a teeter-totter. Sometimes it feels like you're kind of going back and forth a little bit, because you're trying to juggle so many balls in the air. And the best way to release yourself from this juggling act is to really figure out how to make some concrete choices and decisions. It's going to require strength, but it's also going to require you to reflect upon something. Because again, you're struggling to find clarity in the outer world when the inner messages are already there within. Trust in your intuition. Let's see the next 2 cards here for you, Sagittarius. Thank you. And one more. Thank you. I'm not shocked to see this card. I was hoping to see this card. Okay, so we've got the 9 of Fire. I find you get that a lot. This is a Sagittarius card. It's the 9 of Wands. All right, it's showing that you have incredible strength, willpower, protection. You set boundaries where necessary, and if you haven't set them, this might be the week where you find that you need to set them. Boundaries create healthy relationships, not only for yourself, but also for those around you. But this is also about, you know, bouncing off ideas, trying something new, not afraid of what the result is, because no matter what, you feel you're going to come out winning because you're going to learn from it. The 9 of Fires is your resiliency, your endurance, your strength. And it is sometimes it's our defense mechanisms as well. We build up protection, because I feel like you are with the Strength card and then the 9 of Fire. I feel like you're building up this great sense of protection around you. Because by doing that, you're facing your own insecurities and fears, because you know, down deep inside, you know that you are being called to step up and lead in some area of your life. And this 9 of Fire is giving you the strength to do it. Number 12, the Hanged Man, no gender. This is all about maybe sacrificing something of yourself because you need to look at your situation from a new perspective. By looking at a new perspective, that's going to the sea. It's going with the flow of the energies and maybe reviewing things differently, assessing things differently, opening yourself up to new ideas, because with the Hanged Man, there is some sort of incredible new idea that you are being called upon here. Let's get a clarifier for the Knight of Fire. The 9 of Fire, number 9. You got the 5 of Wands. That's the conflict that you feel. It's the tug of war that you feel. Yes, absolutely. I think I think it's normal, and I think what it is you're fighting the fear more than anything. You know how to protect yourself. You know how to win. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do to protect yourself, but you have this internal struggle. I'm going to get one more card, because they said you can't stop at that. We need to know why, you know, we're struggling, we're setting boundaries, we're doing all the right things. Why do we still feel this struggle? Let's find out. I want one to fly out perfectly here to give us the message we need for this 5 of Wands, please. There's 2. Wow. So it could be from your past, all right? Sometimes the past creeps up on us and it brings some insecurities around things. It also can bring up sort of that feeling of conflict as well. So something from your past needs some sort of resolution. Maybe someone or something from your past needs you to start setting some clearer boundaries so that you don't feel that sense of conflict, competition, or tug of war anymore. I think what you have going for you here is that the King of Cups is very much grounded emotionally. And that's a very important part of this process, is how you stay strong. It's almost as if you can separate yourself in a way. Because, you know, when you are the King of Cups, if you were the Queen of Cups, you'd be feeling everybody's emotions around you, which can make that really hard. But with the King of Cups, he's able to figure out how to emotionally set boundaries, but in a very constructive way, not only to protect his own energy, but to protect the energies around him as well. No gender. The Five of Wands is the struggle, you know, because you also, you know, you're very much an empath. You're very much a compassionate person. So it's finding the balance of being able to do that. And it's really being able to understand something from your past that could have been a conflict or a tug of war. And I feel that something from the past, you're setting new boundaries. You're seeing things from a new perspective. And this new perspective is going to help you to find out where you need to step up and lead. And you've got the Page of Pentacles. So this is a new message. It could be a new person entering your life. Somebody that's very earth energy, very grounded. It could be a message that is very much linked to an offer or a new way of looking at finances, looking at how you have been juggling your finances. You know, again, maybe there is a new way of doing things so that you can feel more financially free as well. There could be, there could be some sort of opportunity that's calling out to you. It's in the beginning stages and you're fearful and uncertain because you're not sure where this will take you. And the Hanged Man is you looking at the situation from a new lens. You're putting on a new set of glasses and you're seeing it differently. By looking at it differently, this whole page of opportunity here could be something that is putting you right in alignment with stepping up and leading. Let's get the last two cards here for you. Remember, there's lots of blessings surrounding you this week as well. All right. And let's see what you've got here. The Nine of Air is your stress and anxieties. I believe that a lot of you could be struggling with sleep. At nighttime, I feel like your dreams just sometimes bombard you with so much information and so much symbolism that you wake up. And I feel like the sweet spot for me to wake up is like between 3 and 3:30 in the morning. I guess it's called the witching hour. But I do find that my dreams are very intense. I do get a lot of messages through my dreams. I feel like some of you could be also feeling that way. And it can make you feel anxious and it can make you feel a little stressed because you're not getting that proper sleep. So your sleep patterns, especially with the moon energy, that full moon, super moon energy from Aries that we just had a week ago, could still be affecting your sleep patterns to a certain extent as well. But the Queen of Earth coming up here is the Queen of Pentacles. She's very practical and resourceful. I feel like you are looking at solutions to help yourself financially. I feel like a lot of you may be feeling that push and pull or trying to really balance everything in your life. The Queen of Earth, you know what? I feel like you're going to look for other solutions. You know, the Blessed card here, the way it's positioned, is looking to the left, right? Is looking inward. And the Queen of Earth is looking to the Blessed card. So I do feel like you are starting to envision the blessings that are around you, that you're appreciating the things that you have in your life. And because of that appreciation, I feel like you're going to see that more things are going to start aligning for you. Let's find out with this stress. How are we going to relieve this stress and sleepless nights? You know, there's certainly something that is weighing on you. And let's see, Spirit, Angels, Guides. We still need some clarity here. The Ace of Swords. I said we still need some clarity, and the Ace of Swords comes up. So the clarity is what's going to clear up those sleepless nights. Whatever you've been feeling anxious about, you know, the Ace of Swords is going to cut through all of that. All right. It is a great sense of victory. And I feel like with that beautiful ace coming through, I feel like there is hope for a new beginning here. seeing things a lot clearer and releasing yourself from whatever has been keeping you up at night. The Ace of Swords clears the moon energy as well. Let's see with the Queen of Earth. Now you can start seeing things from more of a practical approach. You can start building, you know, what you're being called to do, to step up and do, because the Queen of Earth, she's going to do that. She's practical. And it's all in alignment with your Nine of Cups. That's your wish fulfillment. Wishes can just stay wishes, or you can make your wishes become part of your reality. What I love is that this Nine of Cups came up with the Queen of Earth. That means her head is not in the clouds. She knows what she wants in her life. She knows what makes her heart happy, and she's going to go after it. She's going to make her wishes part of her reality. And you know, that wish fulfillment, she's also looking to the blessings. I believe that this blessings card should be sitting right there, because the Ace of Swords is the clarity. She's looking at the blessings. The Nine of Cups, the Queen of Earth, she's looking at the blessings. You are blessed in so many ways. And I think that this is going to be the week where you start to understand where those blessings actually lie. All right, Sagittarius, let's get one more angel message, and then we're going to close out your reading. And we will take a look and see what other numbers you have. Okay, you've got the Mountain. Number 6. Well, how many mountains have you climbed, right? Number 6, Mountain. Let's see what the overall energies are here. We see sun, that is, it could be the moon too, that is kind of reflecting, but certainly putting some light on there. It says you have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is the time to adapt. We talked about adaptability and going with the flow with number 7 to the sea. So it says sometimes you'll come across what appears to be obstacles, like a huge mountain that separates you from success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer. But why take such a treacherous and tedious approach? Be like the rivers and flow around the mountains naturally. It's going with the flow. It's 100% in combination with the very first number that came up here. And I remember I said, oh, look, how things, I'm so sorry about that, how things have sequenced themselves here. You've got the 7 and the 8, and then the last angel number is the number 6. Everything is happening in perfect flow for you, all right? It's the direction in which the universe wants you to know you are taking the right steps, moving ahead in a prosperous way. And how are you being called to step up and lead? You could be feeling that that is somewhat of an obstacle for you. But I feel like by you being flexible and going with the flow, that you will encounter clarity, that you will see and recognize the practical things in your life that bring blessings. You're going to appreciate all of those things, and you're going to start to see those things multiply. So the Mountain, look at the obstacles and challenges in your life from a new perspective. Because there is something that's calling out to you that is really requiring you to step up and take ownership, and really take control of the situation. Let's look at some of these numbers. I love the number 6, 7, 8. I really want you to keep, honestly, number 22 for sure, because that is definitely a powerful angel number. But 6, 7, and 8, all right? Keep 6, 7, 8 as a very important number. All right, remember, a locket. It's a locket. It could be a locket maybe that you hold in your hand, or it could be like a pocket locket. It could be a chain that you wear around your neck, but it's in the shape of a heart, something that resembles a heart. It doesn't matter what color it is. It could be gold, it could be silver, it could be red, anything. But it's certainly a symbol for you this week. And it opens up. Remember that. It opens up because it's time for you to open your heart and light up. Number 14, 14. This is very, very good. This is very good energy, okay? Mood swings, well, sure. You know, you have some obstacles and some challenges, but you know what? You're going to start to look at them from a different angle, from a different perspective, and you're going to go with the flow. You're not going to fight the energy anymore. You're going to go with the flow of the energy. And you respect, that's you. Family, constructive outlook, and quality, because quality is better than quantity. All right, it says focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies, because everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. So stay in your King of Fire energy. Stay in your positivity. And that is number 1414. So please keep those numbers as important numbers as well. I want to thank you so much, Sagittarius, for joining me this week. I certainly hope that this reading resonates. I hope that there are certain synchronicities that make sense for you, especially with that heart-shaped locket. Let me know. And until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.